Hello everyone, it's me Boffilin and welcome back to my show, Boffilin's Adventures. Now, let's get straight into it today. Doing something a little different, and we'll be talking about my favourite weapons of the day. So, back then we only had single-shot pistols, mainly the flintlocks. I've heard about these caplocks things, percussions, but mainly flintlocks. So, me, personally, in my later years of pirate hunting, I had 4 flintlocks. I had one in my hat, really tiny one, like those modern little Derringer little pistol things. Then I had 4 larger flintlocks, probably, one of them was a foot, another 1.5 feet, and another 2 feet. So I had some pretty big pistols. Some may be called small rifles. Then in my favourite ship, the Grand Prize, I had a whole arsenal of, probably hundreds of certain guns. Mainly pistols. I'm a pistol guy, okay? I prefer pistols. Occasionally I had a few rifles, but pistols were always my preference, seeing as I was always in close combat. So, I've had a few rare rifles as well, but I lost all those when the Grand Prize sunk. Or did it sink? I don't remember. I lost them somehow, okay? I don't remember much. But anyway, my favourite was a 1-footer, a 1.5-footer, and a 2-footer. I don't know if that's how you pronounce them anymore. I think maybe it's in those inch things. But that's how I pronounced them back in the day. Little weird, eh? Maybe? No? I don't know. I always preferred the 50 cal models. Pretty standard. I always had mine rifled, which was somewhat new. I think. I don't know, in the years of the Golden Calf, I had smoothbore pistols and not rifled. Later years, I had rifled the guns, which were a huge advantage. So, pistols, I always preferred pistols. Then in me hat, I always carried my little modern day, they call them Derringers, I think. So I always carried one of them in me hat. Then my preferred sword was a cutlass, probably 3 feet long, so maybe a little bit on the longer side, but I preferred the 3-foot cutlass with a Spanish type guard. It's kind of fancy one. Back on my ship on the service on the Willow's Wisp, I just had a standard sword, just standard cutlass. Maybe 26 inches, something like that. I don't know. But, typical full guard. I always called it a sea guard, because it's shaped like a sea. I'm sure that's not the term, but I told things a little weird, and I still do. So, about 3-foot cutlass, with a fancy Spanish guard, 4 guns, one little one in my hat, and I got my 1/2-foot going up pistols as my primaries, because back in the day, those pistols were kind of backups. If you wanted more than one shot, you had to carry a lot of them. Now, I've heard some pirates who carried them all over, such as the Blackbeard, and there was one main Elenian pirate who carried, I think, 20 on him, but they were all tiny ones. So, by the way, if this is the same world, is main Elenia still around? I don't know. Strange world, eh? Typically in my world, I'll die and go to heaven, the H place, But apparently not, because I'm in this robotic suit thing, kinda. So yes, 3-foot cutlass, 4 pistols. And my preferred hat was a long hunter's hat. I had a black gold-rimmed hat. That was always my favourite. And I wore that thing everywhere. And I typically just preferred regular seaman's clothes. I never wore anything fancy. I mean, occasionally on land I did, but not often on sea. So I never really wore anything fancy, even in the days of the Grand Prize. But I always wore my black gold-rimmed hat. I had that thing since the Willow's Wisp. So that was a pretty usual hat for me. Then occasionally I had an eye patch, not because I lost an eye, but I tried something out. So I was thinking, if you cover one eye with an eye patch and keep your other eye open, the one eye will get used to the sun, while the other eye will get used to the dark. So in the sun, you just put the patch over the one eye that's used to the dark. You can see fine in the sun. Then when you go in your cabins, a tavern or something like that, you can just fold it up, put it over the other eye, and then you can see perfectly fine in the dark. But that didn't last long. I found it inconvenient, so I kind of scrapped that. But anyways, everyone, that's it for today. Just a little brief overview of what my usual weaponry and clothing was. So I hope you enjoyed. Can't wait to see you next time. Good day, goodbye, God bless.